where we will hopefully finish the game today. Hopefully. We're starting a bit late because I overslept, but we should be good. Off camera, I unlocked all of the secondary stuff, so a significant part of it will be reading, as well as playing what little new story mode we have. So we're going to try to do the identity theft murders and finish off the Riddler arc. Oh dear, he looks all messed up. Exit game. Enter game. Hopefully let me pick a costume again. We'll go with 70s Batman. 'Cause the 70s, yo. Before we start that, that's where the Riddler is. We'll get to that a little bit. First, we're going to go to here and try
cameras everywhere. They can see everything we do. But it's like they don't care.
turn on the shader. Apparently there's an alleyway where there's another identity theft body near the church here. Apparently this one's fairly easy to miss because you don't get prompted for it. You just gotta kind of find it.
I find out all this is for a crazy TV show. I'm gonna find the person that stuck me in this freezer and kill him.
I finished off the acts of violence subquest while I was doing the off-camera Riddler stuff. Did I need to kick that guy who was pissing his ass? No, but it was funny. See if I can find a tip online where it's supposed to be. Victim 3. Once again, the next victim will not appear until you progress past a certain point in the game. Finish your... South of the Ace Chemicals building. So right in there.
Just need a drink. I'd drink my own pee if I thought I'd get warm.
Batman's here! I always knew you were chicken! What's wrong? You too scared to fight?
Get out of this place. There's got to be a way, right?
No, that's... Mad Hatter, who showed up in Gotham recently, which is pretty cool.
This place back before they built a wall around it. Suck then, too. Feel this place getting worse, minute by minute.
Did I screw up and you're not able to complete it after the game? Let me check.
Batman's here. That must...
There's something else going on, right?
See if I can find the Ace Chemicals building.
No one's seen Wade since he got in here. He's probably dead already.
That guy gives me the creeps.
What's wrong with the Riddler freak? Hasn't he got better things to do than just leave green question marks all over Arkham City? Arkham City.
Sound. Okay. Up in that area. Sorry, this quest was made hard to figure out intentionally, so I'm not just sucking. From there to across there. Somewhere around here.
Starving here.
It's Batman here.
Aha.
Looks like another victim of the identity thief. I need to scan the area to see if there are any more clues to his identity and whereabouts.
Haha, I found the map that works.
The MO is the same as for the previous victim. First, the killer paralyzes the vocal cords and then removes the face before bandaging up the head. It's definitely him, and it looks like he's stepping up his attacks. A crime with this level of precision requires weeks of premeditation. These aren't just random attacks. Oracle, I've reconstructed a clean set of fingerprints, but there's no match to anything in the Gotham criminal databases. I'm uploading the prints to you now. Check these against every record in the country.
Batman, I found a match for the print, but there must be a mistake. This can't be correct.
Who do the prints belong to?
You. These are Bruce Wayne's fingerprints. How's that possible?
I have no idea.
Bruce, I don't know how to say this, but
What's wrong, Barbara?
I've been thinking about the identity theft case. Don't get angry. But how can you actually be sure that it wasn't you who killed those people? I mean, they were your fingerprints at the scene.
What did you say?
Not intentionally, but clearly you're not well. That place is full of maniacs who could take advantage of a situation like that. Think about it. What if Crane got to you again? You know Strange's reputation. Maybe he planted the idea back when you met him. I don't like it, but...
It wasn't me. I'm sure it wasn't.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry. I just, well, you know.
Have to consider all possible avenues. Okay, so that was a victim 2. It must have been victim 1 I found before.
Who cares about that old crap?
So technically it's victim 3 because the first one was in the hospital, but So now we'll go over here and see if that'll get me to the next part of the quest.
Everyone's dying around here. Strange, then Joker. Who's gonna be next?
I think those bird spots are where you can transfer from Nightwing and Robin in the DLC content, but I'm not sure.
Arkham City. Same old crap.
Let me check my little map again. Problem is the picture's kind of small. Okay, I know where the next one might be, which is right in here.
If the Scarecrow made it here, every other freak did.
Another victim. Sooner or later, the killer will slip up. Let's hope it's this time. As with the others, the victim's face was removed pre-mortem with surgical precision. The care taken suggests the killer is more concerned with the parts he's taking than what he leaves behind. Someone has taken a lot of care to cover their tracks. They used bleach to destroy any forensic evidence at the crime scene. Sometimes the lack of evidence is all you need. I'll filter for particles of the bleach and see who was so determined to cover their tracks.
Move us somewhere else. They won't let us stay here long.
prison.
It's Batman! It is him! Kill him! This'll be...
Needs to be careful. Some of these maniacs haven't seen a woman in years.
When I get out of here, if I get out of here, I'm heading straight out of Gotham stinking city. Hell, I'll even give Bloodhaven a shot. Anywhere but here.
You killed that man and dumped his body back there. Why did you take his face?
It wasn't me. I just dumped the body. He told me to use bleach to clean it up.
Who told you?
Wayne, you know, the rich guy.
You're lying to me.
I'm not. There's an alley near the courtroom. That's where he is. He's crazy, man. You don't want to go in there.
And see, just need to find the right little scene and it all worked out from there.
I'd like to get 5 minutes with that rich son of a bitch. This must be some kind of joke.
This is the journal of Dr. Thomas Elliot. My work is complete. The pain, though still present, has been worth it. He will suffer for what he did to me. He will suffer the way I have suffered. As I look in the mirror, I understand how Leonardo felt when he finished the Mona Lisa. How Michelangelo felt when David was complete. My work has taken too long. But now it's time for my masterpiece to be unveiled. My new face is ready. I couldn't have put it better myself. I take it you're here to stop me?
What do you think?
I think you're too late.
You're a killer, a psychopath. I will stop you.
Really? But you look just like Bruce Wayne. It took time, of course, to find the perfect donors, to graft on the flesh, and finally to lose myself in order to create this. 6 people died. Unfortunate, but necessary to complete my plan. Why would you believe good old-fashioned revenge? To be honest, I don't care if you do. Wayne will suffer.
And you will not stop me. I can see you have your hands full with Arkham City, but it's time for me to leave now. Pray we do not meet again. Next time, I will not be in such a generous mood.
And thus, the origin of Hush. Mockingbird. Fitting. And do you want to know?
Close the file on the identity thief, Oracle.
Have you caught him?
No. Prepare a new file on Dr. Thomas Elliot. I'm uploading all the details from his surgery.
Elliot? The famous surgeon? Didn't you used to be friends?
We were. A long time ago.
So he was the identity thief? Hang on. This says he used the faces he collected to make a new one that looked like yours. I mean, Bruce Wayne's. Is he crazy? No offense. Are you going after him?
He's gone. He's left Arkham City. I'll hunt him down tomorrow.
And it actually might be in his character file. Now I come to think about it. So there's only one thing left to do.
He's Batman!
Like that's one of the things I had to give credit to this game for. Is you actually had some like genuine detective work you had to do. I mean, yeah, it was relatively simplistic, but still, it's more than you generally get in a Batman game.
Weeks is outdated my status. I've been locked up in some freaky ass prison. I think I remember how you have to do it. Oh yeah, like I said, no disrespect meant to the Arkham games. They have a function and they do it well, but sometimes you just want to actually, be a detective. Since, he's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Also, hello Ebony. How are you?
There's got to be another way.
That's right, worms. Keep walking. You remember how to walk, don't you?
Riddler, when I get out of here, I'm gonna hurt you for this. You hear me?
Come now, Mr. Cash. In order to hurt me, you would have to break free from the predicament you currently find yourself in, and attack me in such a way that does not cause me to press this remote detonator, distributing your primitive DNA all over the walls.
I'll do it.
You'll try, I'll give you that. But I doubt you will succeed without blowing yourself up. Oh, and I'm sure I mentioned the remote detonator I have here.
Please, stop this.
All over the world.
Oh, right. If I
What's
get
wrong?
close to them, they die. Because proximity detonators.
What do you want from us? Let us go.
Fuck!
This is hardly a surprise.
Make it stop. What do you want from us? Let us go.
Well. So the shaved...
I freaking hate this particular puzzle because it requires you to do things in a way completely counterintuitive to the rest of the game. You can move fast but not slow, but you also have to move slow but not fast.
Please, for the love of God, stop this.
Do you really expect me to fall for this dark night? I know you won't kill me.
True, but you can't say the same about the others, can you?
Get your ass moving, Riddler.
You can't tell me what to do.
Do I need to press the button?
What? No. You'll pay for this, Batman.
You sure this thing won't work?
No. But there's no point in letting him know that, is there?
Why did he do this to us?
Don't worry, Batman. I'll teach that creep a lesson.
What are you doing? You're in my way!
And that closes that case file. Now, Aaron Cash recalled that night that back at Arkham Asylum, when watching from the security mines, saw Quincy Sharp scrawl an elaborate message on the floor in the cell block control room, using a rusty nail and blood from his fingertips before forcing his way out of the cell, only to disappear in the chaos. He didn't know that where Quincy Sharp had gone, but he was sure there was something seriously wrong with the future mayor of Gotham. With no other career options available, and a nagging feeling that he'd seen Hugo Strange before, he reluctantly accepted the job running a small medical team charged with providing assistance to the residents of Arkham City that needed it. Andrei Anavici was a respected man in a small Siberian village where he lived with his pregnant wife. When word reached that Andrei's wife was in labor, he rushed home excited to be right outside, only to be met by the midwife, and his wife had not survived the birth due to complications due to the special nature of his newborn sons were to blame. Pushing into the room, he found his twin sons joined at the shoulder, screaming for their mother. He took the twins and left town. Crying, he stood on a bridge over the freezing cold river and contemplated throwing them into their deaths. But he could not do it. Leaving his sons outside the tent of a traveling freak show, Andre returned home to his village a broken man. Joker heard tales of the conjoined Abramovici twins, now widely known as Hammer and Sickle, their reputation for brutality. He wanted them for himself, sending Harley on a desperate mission to retrieve them. She passed on the message that the circus owner that her pudding would pay big for the twins. Of course, the owner refused to sell his headlining act. He promptly vanished, only to be found 3 months later with a new smile carved into his face. Arkham Island sold. Once the decision to create Arkham City had been approved, Mayor Quincy Sharp ordered Arkham Island to be put up for sale. At the press conference, he claimed, "It's a fantastic revenue opportunity for Arkham City. Although a number of prominent Gotham companies entered bids for the land, the winning bid came from the previously unknown security company named Tiger. Within weeks of the sale, Tiger was also awarded a contract to police Arkham City and instantly began using the island to launch its fleet of helicopters and gunships to patrol the new prison facility." Arkham City Medical Team. Cash chose the abandoned church building near the Solomon Wayne Courthouse to situate his medical team, knowing that Strange was only providing a minimal amount of medical assistance to placate those campaigning against Arkham City. Cash was forced to beg for equipment and additional medical supplies. The first donations came from Bruce Wayne himself, who supplied a series of security shutters to keep the people within the church safe, along with cutting-edge body armor and supplies. On hearing of Wayne's donation, Strange was furious and locked down all supply routes between the medical team and the outside world. On the perimeter wall of Arkham City is the Tiger Confiscated Goods Vault. This is a high-security facility, houses all of the items confiscated from the criminals upon their admittance to prison. A special vault is used to protect equipment and ill-gotten gains from various supercriminals. It's guarded 24/7 by a squad of Tiger guards. Upon her arrest, Hugo Strange placed all of Catwoman's belongings there. She vowed to get them back and leave Arkham City for good. Seismic disturbance. Just weeks before Arkham City was due to open for business, the streets and roads in the northwest of the facility were devastated by a series of unexplained seismic incidents. The large scale of the substance left the street level of an entire district submerged underwater. Campaigners opposed Hugo Strange's super prison, demanded further investigation to the cause of the disturbance, arguing that it was further proof that the area was unfit under basic humanitarian grounds. However, Strange vetoed these plans for an inquiry on his land. He provided his own experts to demonstrate the seismic activity was a one-off event, maintained that the inmates had given up their rights and any decent standard of living. We can come to the belief that he essentially caused an earthquake to sink that part of the city so no one could get in. Upon becoming mayor, Quincy Sharp presented Gotham City with his plan to create a super prison in the north of the city, claiming that the site was selected because it contained extreme areas of social decay and neglect. When Bruce Wayne spoke out against at the consultation committee hearing, the mayor pointed out that this location where Wayne's parents had been murdered decades before. The council passed the motion to create Arkham City and set about ensuing eminent domain seizures, allowing it to purchase the land within the site walls. Studying the Bat. Hugo Strange's obsession with Bruce Wayne and Batman was unbearable. He needed to know every small detail of how this man functioned to understand exactly what made him tick, so that he could finally destroy him. Strange manipulated the mayor into allowing squads of Tiger officers to be deployed into Gotham City under the pretense of aiding the police. However, unknown to the people of Gotham, Tiger guards had only one target, the Batman. Strange knew his men would initially fail. He studied every defeat meticulously, analyzing the techniques and strategies of his opponent. It would only be a matter of time before he had the necessary data to defeat the Bat. Open for business. Mayor Quincy Sharp looked proud as he addressed Gotham on the night of Arkham City officially opened for business. He introduced Hugo Strange to the mass of journalists. He felt sure that the hard work and sacrifices had been worth it. He could hardly believe he had achieved so much in 18 months since the events of Arkham Island, which gives you an idea of when Arkham Asylum happened. It was about a year and a half before this game. Since the events on Arkham Island, as the campaign battle smashed against the champagne bottle smashed against the wall, Strange whispered to him that he could soon have Catwoman and Two-Face arrested and brought into his prison. Quincy smiled. With Arkham City's construction complete, he was granted the approval of the city. With all the supervillains in his custody, their next target would be Batman, the person he blamed for everything. Bane. After being hit by the Batmobile and knocked into the dark waters surrounding Arkham Island, Bane swam to the shore and quickly recaptured and taken back to the asylum. Weakened by his injuries and the experiments performed on him by Dr. Young, he patiently waited, plotting his revenge. Forced into keeping a low profile to recover, Bane searched Arkham City for a suitable location to act as a hideout and found just what he needed in the form of the Crank Toys building. There, surrounded by toys, he waited, recuperating until the time was right to make his move. Titan on the streets. Having no love for his fellow prisoners in Arkham City, Bane set up and presided over the underground fighting contest where inmates fought in vain for the privilege of trying to take him down. Word of these fights spread throughout Arkham, and the Joker sent Bane a little surprised. As Bane moved it in to kill, the Joker's henchman triggered a Titan injection that ripped through his body, transforming into a monstrous Titan. Bane, surviving the fight, had a new problem. Somehow, Titan had found its way into Arkham City. It was up to him to stop it from falling into the wrong hands. The Black Mask. Roman Soyanitz, aka the Black Mask, the first and only inmate to have escaped from Arkham City. Using explosives stolen from the Penguin, he waited for the Tiger guards to shift change, blasted his way through the containment wall, and went on the run in Gotham City. Furious, Hugo Strange ordered the Tiger operatives onto the street to focus all their attention on finding the Black Mask, who was finally recaptured after a violent siege at the meatpacking plant he owned. Promising that no one else would ever escape again, Strange fitted a series of automatic machine guns to the walls of Arkham City, designed anyone who dared to try. close Arkham City. As Hugo Strange is revealed as the public face of Arkham City, Batman attempted to uncover any information he could about the history of this mysterious figure. Convinced that nothing in Arkham City was as what it seemed, Batman dug deeper and deeper but came up blank. It was as if all evidence of Strange had been wiped clean. One thing was certain, however: Strange could not have done this alone. Batman was determined to ensure that the site of his parents' death not become a monument to Gotham's failure, dedicated himself to shutting down Arkham City. Julian Day, aka the Calendar Man, has been locked in his cell in Arkham Asylum for a full year when he was moved to Arkham City. Unable to celebrate the passing holidays in his own inimitable style, he could do nothing more than just imagine what he would have done if he were free. In Arkham City, he quickly found Solomon Wayne Courthouse and claimed it as his own. Anyone who dared to come in was overpowered and taken to a cell, where they would remain until the next holiday, when Day would kill them. All was going well until Two-Face arrived with a small army and took the courthouse for himself, locking Day up in his cell. Clayface. Basil Carlo, aka Clayface, used his ability to mimic the exact appearance of anyone to impersonate Quincy Sharp and escape from Arkham Asylum. On the run in Gotham City, Clayface was forced to constantly change his appearance in order to stay one step ahead of Hugo Strange's guards. His current whereabouts are unknown. The Falcone family. Falcones are America's oldest surviving crime family. Generation after generation has ruled the underworld with iron fist, preferring to shy away from the more colorful supervillain activities. They maintain legitimate business industries, including garbage collection and shipping companies. The current head of the family, Carmine the Roman Falcone, is feared by all until recently had the city in his pocket, but something has changed. Quincy Sharp, the newly elected mayor, and the man who should be afraid of him, was not. Carmine's attempts to intimidate Sharp had resulted in his henchmen mysteriously disappearing. Sharp was struck back with Tiger Guards, closing down Falcone's operations all over the city. A family business. Hugo Strange's Tiger Guards gripped the city with Titan. A Falcone family meeting was called. The choice was simple: stay in Gotham and face arrest and imprisonment in Arkham City, or leave. The younger members of the family argued that the Falcones run from no one, but in the end it was the Romans' decision. The next day, the entire family left Gotham, heading to the relative safety of Bloodhaven. After Batman stopped him from escaping Arkham Asylum, the Joker sat alone in his padded cell, knowing something was wrong. The first sign was the unusual lump in his shoulder. He felt tainted. Weeks went by. 10 more unusual lumps appeared. The Titan had done something to him, something bad, something that wasn't funny at all. A sick plan. Joker was dying. He knew it, and so soon would anyone who saw him. The last thing he needed was to appear weak before his rivals. So, one day at lunch, the Joker took a spoon and dug out another inmate's eyes, knowing this would get him solitary confinement. He could keep out of sight, at least until his transfer to Arkham City. Joker needed an escape plan, and on the night of his transfer, Harley Quinn provided one. Disguised as an Arkham guard, she overpowered the Joker's escort, stole her putting away to a boat waiting in the island's quayside. The boat was carrying a twisted pair, sped off towards Gotham. It was joined by a second. A secret alarm placed by Batman had alerted him to Joker's escape, and here he was in the Batboat pursuing the fugitives. They ignored his orders to stop, so Batman opened fire. As Harley steered the boat to shore, missiles ripped the hull to pieces. They swam. The weakened Joker pulled through the water by the distraught Harley. Desperate to save her, she pulled the Joker out of the water to safety, somehow avoiding Batman's searchlight. She and the Joker sat there, gasping for breath, when they suddenly realized they were in Arkham City. Strange goings-on. Working at Arkham Asylum, Professor Hugo Strange used a series of complicated psychological profiling techniques to identify the man behind Batman's mask as Bruce Wayne. Planning to To become both rich and famous, he plotted to sell the secret of Batman's identity to the highest bidder. Word would spread throughout the criminal underworld that Batman's greatest secret was for sale. But before anyone could act on it, Hugo vanished. Hugo Strange's experiments. Now in charge of Arkham City, Strange continues his radical experiments in the workings of the human mind. During the process, Strange personally selects inmates to fit his criteria and has them taken away to his inmate behavioral analysis unit. No one knows what happens to the missing prisoners in that room except Strange himself. Sometimes they emerge lobotomized to roam the streets, but more often they are never heard from again. Some people believe Strange brainwashes the missing thugs and turns them into Tiger Guards, whereas others believe he has to deal with the Penguin that hands them to him to use as target practice. Gordon versus Sharp. As the plans for Arkham City became public knowledge, Commissioner Gordon, incensed at not being consulted over Mayor Sharp's decision, attempted to block the construction by a corridor. He failed. The Commissioner called Batman and explained that he suspected the corruption at the highest levels of Sharp's administration. Quincy versus Sharp. Gordon versus Sharp 2. After losing his case against Mayor Sharp, Gordon was summoned to City Hall. Sharp tried to reason with Gordon, explaining that Arkham City would be something they could both be proud of, but Gordon held his ground. Sharp calmly stated that he understood Gordon's position and expected Gordon to quietly resign. Furious, Gordon stormed out. He might have resigned if he hadn't been talked out of it by Batman. Batman suggested attacking Mayor Sharp and Arkham City with a public campaign headed not by Gotham but by someone with money and profile needed to win popular support. Someone like Bruce Wayne. Holding grudges. Soon after his arrival in Arkham City, the Penguin decided to make an impression on the underworld elite with a gala opening of his nightclub, the Iceberg Lounge. He included the notorious Joker, whose appearance would surely impress the crowd. When Joker arrived, Harley Quinn on his arm and a dainty flower on his lapel, the Penguin was thrilled. He was hosting the sinister soiree of the century until a clumsy waitress spilled a drink on Joker. The laughing Joker aimed his flower. The acid spray melted the girl's face. Alarmed patrons fled the scene. Cold, dark rage at the Joker curled inside Penguin. Penguin eagerly returned to the Iceberg Lounge a few weeks later, but was insulted to find his name was not on the guest list. Willing to overlook this obvious mistake, he shot the doorman on his way in, kicked up his feet on a table, and ordered a glass of warm milk. He was pleased when alongside the milk was a summons to the club's VIP section. Led to a room, past a tank where Tiny the Shark circled, Joker happily greeted the Penguin, who promptly pushed him out the door into the street. The Penguin squawked out that the club had a new no clowns policy before slamming the door. Well, of course. But then again, whoever said the people of Gotham were sane? After arriving at Arkham City, the Joker and Harley were eager to explore their new stomping grounds. Reflecting that the years had passed since Penguin banned Joker from the club, they sought out the blue neon lights of the Iceberg Lounge. Harley pounded on the door, certain that Cobblepot would let bygones be bygones. Penguin answered, a hulking guard at his side, and immediately reminded them of his no clowns policy. He just managed to close the door before acid from Joker's flower shot at his face. Killer in the sewers. In order to remove Waylon Jones, aka Killer Croc, from the sewers below Arkham Asylum, Strange ordered a squad of Tiger Guards to lure him out using the body parts of deceased inmates. Although this strategy proved unsuccessful, the team was able to subdue Croc when he emerged from the sewers looking for a food source once the supply of bodies ran out. The Mad Hatter. Disgusted at the crimes Jarvis Tetch committed in the guise of the Mad Hatter, Quincy Sharp decreed that Tetch should never be allowed outside to see the outside world again. For months, Tetch was locked in solitary confinement deep in the bowels of Arkham Asylum's maximum security wing, locked up in the dark without his hats, his tea, and most importantly, his Alice. Tetch's mind crumbled. Professor Hugo Strange became fascinated by Tetch's case, taking peculiar interest in Tetch's mind control experiments. Strange manipulated security procedures, allowing him full access to Tetch behind the warden's back. Speaking of Jarvis Tetch, he showed up on Gotham, and he's pretty good in it. Though I think they made him a little too attractive. But then again, that's the problem with Gotham in general, is everybody's a little bit too pretty. If Hugo Strange's plans were going to work, he needed a way to control Quincy Sharp. Having worked with Tetch for months, he had refined and perfected the psychoactive compound that would make anyone who ingested it more malleable and open to suggestion. The next day, Strange invited Sharp to join him for tea at his office, at the administrative building. The Maroni family. The Maroni family had long been at war with their arch-rivals, the Falcones, in a constant game of one-upsmanship. Each family had been hurt. Sons, daughters have been killed. Businesses have burned to the ground, and it still goes on. Determined to win the war once and for all, the Moriartys met at their family restaurant and talked into the night. Little did they know that as they talked, they were surrounded by Falcone's men, who opened fire, killing almost everyone within. Their leadership gone, the surviving Maronis have all been incarcerated in Arkham City. Maxie Zeus. Not every building in Arkham City was in disrepair before the mega prison was constructed. One operating building was in Gotham City, the Olympus nightclub, originally owned by Maxie Zeus. Although Maxie had disappeared into the asylum after one too many rounds of electroshock therapy, the club kept running in his absence, leading some to think that Maxie hadn't gone far. A cold start. When Hugo Strange arranged for Nora Freeze to be moved to Arkham City, her husband Victor Freeze, aka Mr. Freeze, escaped from his refrigerated containment cell to find her, but Strange was waiting for him. He calmly informed Victor that Nora had been transported for her own safety, and that if Victor wished to see her again, he should move quietly into his new home in Arkham City. To motivate Victor further, Strange promised him full access to a laboratory facilities of the old GCPD building, now abandoned within the high-security walls of Arkham City, stocked with all the tools required to seek a cure for Nora. Mr. Freeze stood alone in his new laboratory. Everything Strange had promised was true. Everything except his frozen wife, Nora, who was nowhere to be seen. Furious, Freeze upgraded his suit's weapon systems, arming himself to force Strange to give him back his wife. Waiting until dark, he marched out of the GPC, only to be ambushed by a squad of Tiger operatives with orders to take him to Dr. Strange. Illegal operations. While in residence at Arkham Asylum, Hugo Strange experimented on prisoners as part of the process of leading him to unlocking the workings of the mind in order to control it. In order to cover up his experiments, he arranged for these poor individuals to be lobotomized and locked in cells and forgotten. It was during these experiments that Sharp perfected his ability to place post-hypnotic suggestions in the minds of victims, a technique he used to guarantee absolute loyalty from his hand-picked Tiger guards. After escaping from custody, the Joker released the lunatics and allowed them to roam free across Arkham Island in an attempt to stop Batman. The Cobblepot feud. At the opening of the Cobblepot Towers, Henry Cobblepot magnate turned hotelier looked at his latest hotel, determined to outclass the newly opened Grand Wayne Plaza. Desperate to ruin his rival, Judge Solomon Wayne, Henry laughed at the reports that the people of Gotham preferred the restrained splendor of the Wayne Hotel to his own location. He swore that the Cobblepot hotels would be the premier destinations of the world. He was wrong. It cost him both his fortune and his health. On his deathbed, Harry left the remains of his fortune to his son, Stanley Cobblepot. Stanley vowed to outdo the Wayne family and their empire, now headed by Alan Wayne. Well, depending on what sources you look at, there might be a reason for that. I'll leave it at that. Stanley Cobblepot instigated a very public feud with the Wayne family. As the Wayne business empire expanded and included hotels and other public holdings, Stanley was determined to outdo it, pouring more and more money into his fledgling hotel business, to the detriment of the newspaper business and his relationship with his son, Oswald. As Stanley's businesses crumbled around him, he sent Oswald to school in England. Feeling abandoned and picked on by his peers for his homely appearance, Oswald skipped class after class, preferring the company of thieves and scoundrels he met on the streets. By the time of his father's empire's collapse, Oswald had vanished. That's why Oswald has a British sort of what's the word? Cockneyed accent, is because he more or less grew up in England. At least in this timeline. When the council decided to shut down the Pinckney Natural History Museum, they sold the historic structure to the highest bidder. Located in a deteriorating part of the city, many of the investors passed up on the opportunity, but for Oswald Cobblepot, it was exactly what he wanted. He purchased the building and established this as his base of operations, converting the attached themed restaurant, the Iceberg Lounge, into a high-profile nightclub. To the public, the Iceberg Lounge was a reputable establishment, but below the surface was a den of iniquity, go-to place for illicit and illegal wares. The adjacent museum exhibit halls were repurposed as a Penguin storage facility, housing everything from his torture room, his weapon cache, to his gladiator pit, and illegal fights to death occurred nightly, with the victors earning a job in Penguin's crew. Penguin's operation was run on fear and pain. One night, a guest of the Iceberg Lounge was caught cheating at poker. Penguin tortured the man in full view of everyone. A friend of the man grabbed a beer bottle, smashed it on the table, and attacked, driving the beer bottle hard into Penguin's face. As Penguin screamed, the attacker and his friend were dragged away to the private torture room. Cobblepot was examined by the finest doctors in Gotham, but the prognosis was always the same. Removing the bottle would be fatal. And that is why he has the embedded bottle as a monocle in this. When the Penguin received the eminent domain seizure from City Hall, ordering him to vacate the Iceberg Lounge, he replied to the letter with telling the Mayor Sharp that no one tells Oswald Cobblepot what to do. He bought his property illegally, and the city could find somewhere else to stick their prison. On the day that the perimeter wall was due to be completed, the GCPD were dispatched with backup from Tiger Guards to forcibly reclaim the building. Penguin ordered his men to fire on the police, killing 3 veteran officers. With the Penguin's criminal nature no longer in dispute, Mayor Sharp ordered the walls closed, trapping the Penguin and his gang in Arkham City. Ready to turn over a new leaf. Well, one of the theories is that if you go by the story Final Crisis, Gotham is basically set on what is essentially a hellmouth. It's a place where they would put a seed engine for an apocalyptic planet there. There's also the idea that the original inhabitant, the original 5 families of Gotham were all into the occult, so the land might be cursed that way. Which also explains a lot of the paranormal shit that happens there. There's also the theory that the Joker, as we see it, is actually just an entity that possesses that land and will randomly take over new bodies and such, which is why he can seem to survive things that no human should be able to survive. There's a theory that it's tied up with the Religion of Crime, which is a book that essentially was created by Cain and Lilith as a evil version of the Bible, which is the crime Bible, and it talks about how only the strong still survive and all that. Like I said, there's a lot of weird paranormal pseudo-religious stuff involved that I can't really go into because I don't know all of it. Another theory is that the place has been manipulated temporally several times in the past, which has let untold amounts of corruption into the people who live there. So, who knows? Ready to turn over a new leaf, Pamela Isley rejected her poison ivy persona and opened a small flower shop in the back streets of Gotham. Surrounded by plants, she was content for a while, but society continued to mistreat her babies. Eventually, she snapped. A man came to buy flowers for his wife. Obviously feeling guilty about having been unfaithful, Pamela smiled and handed over an elaborate bouquet. The plants came to life, rapidly growing onto his screaming face and piercing his skin with toxic thorns. Pamela laughed. Poison ivy was back. After being given an overdose of Titan by the Joker, Poison Ivy was left to die in her airtight cell by Warden Sharp, who blamed her for the mass destruction of Arkham Island. As her health declined, she prayed for salvation. It came in the form of a priest who was unknowingly covered in the pollen from trees near his church. He performed the last rites. Ivy manipulated the pollen into an antidote that worked in harmony with the unique natural toxins in her blood. To the amazement of the priest, she began a full recovery. Furious, Warden Sharp locked her in the botanical containment unit and arranged for her to be one of the first criminals sent to Arkham City. There's also the stuff with the Court of Owls, who may have been doing illegal experiments involving toxic waste and reanimation, who are also involved in that. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit. Like, if you really want to find out about Gotham, you should just kind of look it up online, because it would literally take me hours to go through everything that's wrong with Gotham. Quincy Sharp had claimed there had been claimed to have been instrumental in the stopping of the riot at Arkham Asylum, stirring the tide of public admiration. Throughout his mayoral campaign, Sharp repeatedly told the voters he would never allow their safety to be threatened by criminal scum. His victory was assured when he announced that he would create a new high-security prison that would forever separate the good people of Gotham City from the bad. Once elected, his first move was to put a relatively unknown psychiatrist, Professor Hugo Strange, in charge of the whole facility. Otis Finnegan, aka the Ratcatcher, looked through the cellar window to the opening day of Arkham City. He kept out of trouble so far. He would need a plan to survive. Arkham City claimed to be escape-proof. The Penguin had illicit goods markets sewn up, so the Ratcatcher would sell small comforts. Fine soap, breath mints, extra buttons. He sent his rats out to collect items from outside world. It worked. The business was brisk, and he felt safe, until the Penguin came looking for his rival vendor. Finnegan was dragged screaming through the streets of Gotham City, followed by a trail of rats, into the museum, never to be seen again. Richard Dick Grayson was the youngest in a family of acrobats known as the Flying Graysons. Their death-defying act was all that kept kept the circus where they performed in business. As the people of Gotham clamored for their tickets to the show, the mob came looking for their cut. After the circus owner refused them, the mobsters killed Dick's parents during a packed performance attended by Bruce Wayne. Wanting to protect the devastated orphan, Bruce Wayne took Dick under his wing and became his legal guardian, eventually entrusting the boy with his greatest secret. Desperate to help his friend and mentor, Dick trained to become Robin, patrolling the streets at Batman's side. Now, as an adult, Dick fights his crime on his own as the vigilante called Nightwing. No one has seen Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, since he was attacked by Killer Croc in the sewers below Arkham Asylum. Some say he escaped certain death by dragging what was left of himself onto a Titan container floating out to sea, while others believe he was eaten by Croc. Undeterred, Batman spent months searching for Crane, refusing to believe he was dead. If Crane was out there plotting his revenge on Batman, Batman knows Gotham will never be truly safe. Buried on a Sunday. On a dark, stormy night in the late 19th century, a merchant named Cyrus Gold was murdered and dumped into the swamps near Gotham City, near the emerging Gotham City. Well, it's Gotham, and Bruce Wayne was rich, so you know rich people can get away with shit. Look at all the kids that Angelina Jolie has adopted so she can have her little multicultural rainbow. The emerging Gotham City. As the body sunk to the pit, it was exposed to an unusual chemical in the swamp that miraculously reanimated the merchant. He sent wandering the streets of old Gotham, unable to remember his name, only to recite a nursery rhyme, Solomon Grundy. Seemingly unable to cheat death, the undead man, now Solomon Grundy, was captured and ruthlessly experimented on. Determined to discover what brought Grundy back to life, it became apparent that the creature was now immortal, due to the combination of the swamp chemicals and the storm that raged the night of his death. Interesting little theory about that. The reason Solomon Grundy was able to come back the way he was is because he was originally going to be a Swamp Thing. Because the Green has had several Swamp Things over the years. It also almost happened with Pamela, too. And Jason Woodrue. As the army moved through the condemned Wonder City searching for stragglers, no one expected what lay at Ra's al Ghul's private medical laboratory. For months, Solomon Grundy had been exposed to Lazarus chemicals, then repeatedly electrocuted. He died dozens of times, each time he was brought back for more. While the soldiers debated what he was, Grundy revived again and killed everyone nearby. Mentally broken by his ordeal, he waited in the lab for doctors to return and murder him again. Talia's guard. Even though she is a fearsome warrior in her own right, Ra's al Ghul's daughter, Talia, is shadowed by a secretive order of highly trained female protectors known as the Elite Guard. Each individual guard is chosen generations in advance and trained from birth to be the best of the best, easily capable of holding her own against 100 men. Sherman Fine, aka the Broker, has carved out a lucrative business in Gotham City by being the go-to guy for the purchase of property. Mainly hired by the Gotham criminal underclass, Sherman will find and arrange all the necessary paperwork to ensure the deal will go untraced while providing exactly what the client needs. In the past, he has purchased rooms on behalf of the Great White Shark, Mr. Zsasz, the Joker. When planning his revenge on Batman, the Riddler took advantage of the Broker's activity to secure buildings that would later house his challenges. The original Scarface puppet was carved from old gallows tree at Blackgate Prison, eventually fell into the hands of the meek Arnold Wesker, who disappointed his mafia family by showing more interest in ventriloquism than gunplay. Scarface became an unlikely mob boss in Wesker's hands, until Wesker was locked up in Arkham Asylum without his precious puppet. Forced to improvise, he scrounged up materials for a new Scarface, one left mute upon Wesker's departure from the asylum. When the Joker took over the asylum, he discovered the Scarface locked up and took a liking to it. Scarface quickly became received a garish repaint, a new voice, and complete with a demented laugh and twisted sense of humor. When Batman shut down the Joker's riot at Arkham Asylum, it seemed the relationship between the newly demented Scarface puppet and the clown prince of crime ended until one of Joker's old henchmen, Muggsy Binks, showed up at the steel mill in Arkham City. He rescued Scarface from the old asylum, knowing it would buy him favor with the Joker, and Muggsy was skillful enough to make a dozen more copies, freeing the Joker to manipulate any puppet that failed to amuse him. After all, another Scarface could quickly be built up for him to laugh with, the abuse, and then break into pieces. Joker's only regret is that people aren't as easily toyed with and replaced. Or are they? Catwoman and Two-Face. As Strange's grip tightened on the gates of Arkham City slammed shut on Gotham's criminals, only three were left at large: Two-Face, Catwoman, and Batman. Catwoman sat in her apartment, debating whether or not to flee, when her phone rang. On the other end was the unmistakable voice of Two-Face. "Sorry, kitty cat, but one of us had to go down." Suddenly, Tiger Guards were at the door. Fleeing, Catwoman fought her way through guard after guard to the safety of the nearby roof. She could only watch as the guard ransacked her apartment until they found her safe. She readied her claws, but the shadowy figure approached behind her, held a gloved hand over her mouth, and she passed out. Catwoman came to in the Batmobile, and it was as it raced through the streets of Gotham. She angrily told Batman he should not have gotten involved. Batman told her to give up on her loot and leave town before it was too late. Undeterred, she asked how Batman knew so much about Arkham City. He explained that he had found a secret room in Quincy Sharp's office at the Arkham Asylum, filled with detailed plans for a new prison complex. Catwoman thanked him and pressed the emergency eject button on her seat. The Batmobile screeched to a halt, but it was too late. Catwoman had disappeared, and Batman knew exactly where she was headed. Two-Face was already in the warden's office in Arkham Asylum, photographing the plans for the secret vault inside Arkham City. As Catwoman burst into the room, Two-Face laughed and he tossed the originals in the fire. Furious, she knocked him to the ground, grabbed the camera, and ran. With seemingly no escape for either of them, the Tiger Guards alerted and closing in fast. Catwoman suddenly pulled to safety by Batman, leaving Two-Face to be captured. As Catwoman ascended, she opened up a camera to reveal her prize, only finding a memory card that had vanished. She looked down at Two-Face, who was showing her the card, before calmly swallowing it. Furious, Catwoman sliced through the line, plummeting to the ground, only to be surrounded by Tiger Guards instead taken to Arkham City. After disagreeing with Commissioner Gordon over the policing of Arkham City, Quincy Sharp announced that a private firm had been commissioned to provide total security solution. Tiger. Unknown to everyone but Hugo Strange, each Tiger operative was profiled and implanted with post-hypnotic suggestion that made them unquestioningly loyal to him and him alone. Vicky Vale. Vicky Vale was first interviewed Quincy Sharp just days after the events of Arkham Asylum. She felt something was wrong. Sharp's later appearance in the Gotham Nightliner showed that she co-host confirmed her suspicions. She was convinced Sharp was not the hero he made himself out to be. Vale pressed him for answers. He became confused, struggling with facts, and then she moved in for the journalistic kills. She was shocked when Sharp suddenly regained composure, answering all her questions with authority. It was as if he had suddenly spoke with someone else's voice. Whatever was going on, Vale became more and more determined to uncover the truth. Wonder City. Over a century ago, the mysterious Ra's al Ghul arrived in Gotham City, met with the Gotham Elders. Even then, Gotham was a crime-ridden, lawless place. Ra's promised a brighter future in exchange for a deed to the north of the city. The Gothamites laughed at this strange man until he produced more gold than they had ever seen. The deed in hand, Ra's began construction of a new city. A utopian vision powered by clean, free energy with no crime, and the future would be bright. As the last brick was laid by the slaves he had shipped in from his homeland, Roz presented the future to Gotham, Wonder City. Mechanical guardians watched over the population of Wonder City, while behind the scenes, lawmakers were removed and executed. Wonder Tower stood above it all, the monument to prosperity. But for Roz, the real reason for choosing this location was simple. Beneath the streets, he had located a chemical source that he called Lazarus. In small doses, it could rejuvenate a person, but Roz believed with enough power the Lazarus pit could be supercharged to defeat any ailment, even death itself. Unknown to all but Roz and his engineers, Wonder Tower was actually a giant lightning rod. When the time was right, he would test his theory. Wonder City continued to operate for months before the effect of prolonged exposure to Lazarus chemical became clear. It was driving the city's inhabitants insane. When Ra's al Ghul failed to act, the newly formed Gotham City Hall did. Wonder City was declared a public health hazard and quarantined. Troops dragged the screaming citizens out of their homes, straight to Arkham Asylum. Ra's al Ghul disappeared, and as Gotham reached into the sky, new neighborhoods were built over Wonder City, until the site was all but forgotten. Some years later, Ra's returned in need of his old Lazarus pit. As forces began the mining process, the streets above collapsed. Ra's forced them to keep digging. So that was the cause of the collapse that they mentioned in the earlier one. Payphone killer. At first, it was just missing people, last seen near payphones, but then the bodies started to appear, mutilated and posed. Stories of the payphone killers spread. As the sound of ringing phones haunted the street, Zaz smiled, hiding in a lair he had purchased from the broker. He monitored the array of surveillance cameras pointing at each payphone in Arkham City. As each victim answered his call, he acted fast, following them, tracking their movements, and then, when the time was right, killing them. It was perfect. He knew one day he would see Batman holding the phone, and then he would carve his final mark.
Prisoner's here, sir.
Very good. Send him in.
But we haven't got the suit off him yet. He's dangerous. Are you sure?
Of course. Victor Fries and I have much in common. We will be fine. Welcome to my facility. Please, take a seat.
I prefer to stand. Why am I here?
Oh, Victor, there will be plenty of time for that later. Right now, I wish to get to know you. Discover how you came to have such a frosty outlook on life.
I have nothing to say to you. You may have taken my weapons, but my suit still has considerable offensive capabilities. I will freeze the marrow in your legs. Each bone will shatter and fracture while you remain completely aware of your impending paralysis, begging me to end you.
I don't think that you will do that, Victor.
Really? Why not?
Simple. If you hurt me, your wife will die.
And now I'm going to take a break from talking because my throat hurts and get through these audio logs.
Where is she? Where is my wife?
Nora is in safe hands. Now, let's discuss an incident from your childhood.
No.
Then this is over. Guard.
Wait. What do you wish to learn?
Your early years were troubled.
I was not a sociable child, but that is all.
Even your parents disowned you. They sent you away to a reform school, correct?
They did not understand my work.
Your work? According to a police report, you froze over a dozen of your neighbor's pets.
I have always had an interest in cryonic preservation. I didn't understand why my parents allowed our sick pets to die instead of attempting to save them. So I set about finding my own way. I intended to revive all of those creatures.
But you didn't. Which brings us to Nora.
Have you ever seen a flower die? Watched something that was once so beautiful, so full of life, collapse and rot from within?
You refer to Nora's illness.
It seems like yesterday when I first found her. It all happened so quickly. Suddenly, I was losing her.
Did you see Kent? What about your employer, Gothcorp?
I hid it from them, diverting resources from Gothcorp's research in an attempt to find the cure. But in the end, I failed. Time was running out. I knew that if I was discovered, Nora would die.
Why take that risk?
Do you know what it is to love someone? To really love them?
No.
Nora was all I could think of. I reran the diagnostics, re-examined every detail from every angle, certain that I had missed something. I cursed myself for being so blind, so stupid. Surely there was a cure. I just needed more time. Then I realized what I had to do.
I'll be right back while this video plays.
I had worked without sleep for a week. My needs didn't seem important. Sleep didn't matter. Food didn't matter. There was only her. I looked at Nora and I told her that I loved her. She told me there was nothing I could do, that we should just accept fate. She smiled her beautiful smile as she said, I promised to cure her. And then I pressed the button.
You cryogenically froze her, keeping her on ice, so to speak, while you worked on a cure. It broke your heart, but now you had all the time in the world. Did you feel relieved?
I went home and fell into a deep sleep. For the first time since we discovered Nora's illness, I dared to dream. But for weeks I had ignored my superior's attempts to contact me. The next morning I overslept. By the time I got to the lab, Ferris Boyle, the CEO, was there waiting.
What did he do?
He accused me of industrial espionage, which I denied. But then his guards found Nora. Boyle told me that, like all of my research, she belonged to him. I was enraged. I attacked him. His guards beat me back, and in the struggle, I was drenched by the cryogenic chemical I had created. I lay on the floor, helpless, watching the guards steal Nora away. Boyle told me it was a tragedy for such a promising mind to perish in a lab accident. Then he left me to die.
But you survived.
The chemicals were absorbed into my body and transformed my metabolism. My body went numb. I felt a strange tingling, then searing pain all over. Each breath ignited my lungs. I clawed my way back to a refrigeration unit, and as I closed the door behind me, I felt the icy chill calm my aching body. Things suddenly seemed clear.
What seemed clear? Finding a cure for Nora?
No. Revenge. Boyle would pay.
As a kid, Dr. Freeze and Scarecrow were my favorite Batman villains. They're still pretty much my favorite Batman villains. Though Pamela has entered that category as well.
You failed to kill Ferris Boyle, though, didn't you?
Yes.
Why?
You know why. Batman. Though he did return Nora to safety, until you got her.
See? There you go. Blame me, blame your parents because you failed to revive the neighbor's pets, blame Ferris Boyle for spoiling your plans to cure Nora, blame Batman for stopping your revenge against Boyle. And now, your Nora is in danger.
Because of you.
No, Victor. Because of you. You have always had a heart of ice. You stole people's pets. You stole GothCorp resources. And since then you've stolen so much more for your own selfish scientific inquiries. If you had shared your genius with others, devoted your energy to medicine instead of crime, perhaps your ice princess would be at home now, preparing you a hot meal, instead of being delivered to the Joker.
No!
You could have saved Nora a long time ago, Victor.
It's all for her. Everything. I will get her back. And when I do, I'm coming for you.
Thank you. We are done now.
Nora.
I'm only doing this as a courtesy, Strange. Don't think you've beaten me.
I just thought we could both benefit from a little talk, Mr. Cobblepot.
Don't try that psycho mumbo-jumbo with me, Strange. I'm not like the other crazies.
Of course not. After all, considering the challenges you faced.
Challenges? What freaking challenges? You're no better than me. No one is. I own this place.
Well, to be clear, I allow you certain freedoms, but let's continue. Why do you feel the need to own anything? I believe it is a mechanism to compensate for some childhood inadequacy. You were friends with the Waynes, correct?
I was. Till someone did the world a favor and blew the brains out of little Wayne's self-righteous parents. I was laughing for weeks. It still brings a smile to my face.
And you think that's okay?
Okay? No, I don't think it's okay. I think it's bloody hysterical. That family destroyed mine. What happened to them? Well, it couldn't have happened to nicer people.
Take a seat, Mr. Cobblepot.
What is it now, Strange?
I wanted to talk about your apparent hatred of the Waynes. Your outburst last time was most interesting.
Oh, it's simple, really. I don't like the snivelling little bastard. Look at him. All high and mighty because someone killed Mummy and Daddy.
Most people look upon him with sympathy.
No, they don't. They're jealous. Jealous of his money, his cars, his women. He lost the sympathy vote when he vanished for all those years. I can't tell you how much I hoped he was visiting his dear Mum and Dad.
Where do you suppose he went?
How am I supposed to know?
Let us move on, then.
No. It's time that you do something for me.
And what is that?
Here's a list. Told you, Strange. No more little questions until you give me what I want.
Take a look, Mr. Cobblepot. Here is a purchase order for the various firearms you require. I must say, you chose an exotic selection.
I only take the best.
A wise strategy.
So what's yours?
Excuse me?
What are you up to? Why would you give me of all people, guns, explosives, all this stuff?
Arkham City is an experiment, Mr. Cobblepot. A new way of thinking. We've separated you from society, so I am more than willing to study the results if you all just decide to kill each other. Besides, your feud with the Joker is intriguing.
I was here first. I bought my museum in the Iceberg Lounge fair and square. It was you and that mayor who stuck us all together.
Again, you refer to owning things. Quite fascinating. I believe we gave you the opportunity to leave.
And take over my turf. Never.
Good evening, Mr. Cobblepot. I trust you received the second delivery.
Yeah, I did. I don't know what you did to those dribbling monkeys, Strange, but they were perfect.
I'm glad. It appears that we can both help each other.
If you say so. I suppose it doesn't hurt that by the time I'm done with them, they're usually in too many pieces for anyone to know what you're really getting up to in those rooms of yours.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Of course not. So, you go. The clown. She really died?
It appears so. Self-inflicted, of course, but yes, he is. He has Mr. Freeze working on a potential cure, but I am sure neither of us want him to get his hands on it, do we?
We're ready.
Good. Now, one last thing. Your face.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
The eye. I believe it was the result of a bar brawl, correct?
Torag got lucky. He got his, though. He took my eye. I took both of his. Left him trying to walk across the Gotham freeway at rush hour. Hilarious.
You're a rich man, Mr. Cobblepot. You could have had that glass removed.
They said it was impossible. And what the hell? I think it gives me a more unique look. Know what I mean? Now, where is Freeze?
He's right here, in the room next door. You can take him with you. Are you familiar with the term Napoleon complex?
No. What is it?
It's nothing. Oh, and one last thing. Here is a list of 10 prisoners I believe work for you.
Yeah? So what? You want to saw their heads open and scoop out their brains too?
No. I just thought you'd like to know that they are all in the employ of the GCPD.
What?
I believe you know what to do with them. I don't like being spied on, Mr. Cobblepot. Good night.
How does it feel, Wayne, to stand on the very stones that ran with your parents' blood? Do you feel sad, full of rage? Or does that outfit help bury your feelings, hiding your true self? Oh, you are a truly extraordinary specimen. I look forward to breaking you.
Hello? Anyone in there? No sense of humor. Ah, the strong and silent type, eh? Think you're safe behind that mask? Give me 20 minutes and a can opener, and I'll have you whimpering like a schoolgirl. You might like it.
That's enough, patient. Guard, leave us.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Professor Hugo Strange. And you are...
Two-Face. Catwoman. Batman.
We can play these games as long as you like.
Great. I love games.
Not in my facility, you won't. I'm offering you this opportunity to make a deal. I am fully aware of your condition. The last thing you have is time. But I can make your final days more comfortable.
And in return, I'd be giving you...
I wish to study you. I need to know why you are the way you are.
I don't have long, Doc. You're going to need more than some psycho mumbo-jumbo to get to the bottom of what's wrong with me.
Oh, I have more than that. Much more. So, do we have a deal? How are you feeling today?
You promised me another doctor, Strange.
Maybe you shouldn't have killed the one I sent last week. What made you do it?
Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. Besides, it was worth it to see the look on her face. Hey, you know what? I think I've got a piece of it here in my pocket.
You are trying my patience. That was the third doctor you've killed.
Well, keep on sending them, Doc. I'm trying to break my record.
I think it is time for you to do something for me.
Name it, Doc.
Tell me how you came to be. Explain what made you what you are today. How you come to be sitting across the table from me, dying.
Is that all? Well, I guess you could say I once had a very bad day.
Really? Go on.
It was a Thursday night. Things had been getting worse. I was 3 days from the bank foreclosing on my home. The chemical plant I worked nights at was about to lay off half the workforce. And I was sitting in the hospital, holding the hand of my pregnant wife, wishing to God that she wasn't dead.
That must have been upsetting for you.
Probably was. Back then, though, all I knew was that if I didn't let old man Falcone's men into the plant that night, they'd have killed me too. So here's the thing. I had to decide. Could I live without her? Was there any point going on? I've got to admit it. I was scared. Not of being dead, you understand.
No one would blame you if you were. It is perfectly common.
Do I look common? No. I was scared of the part just before you die, when you don't know what is about to happen, when you're desperately clutching at life and trying to hold on with slippery, blood-covered hands. So I made a decision right there.
And what was that?
That is a story for another day, Strange. I think I may need to see a doctor. Get me one.
You were telling me about the night your wife died.
Oh, no, Hugo. As I recall, I was waiting for you to send me another doctor.
We both know I have sent you 3 more doctors.
Did you?
Yes. One was left dismembered outside the elevator to my office. The other 2 have not been seen since they were sent to you.
How careless. Listen, Doc.
Professor.
Okay, Professor. I'll give you a little more. I just hope you're taking notes. It's the day after, and I'm standing in the freezing rain, just staring at the chemical plant, feeling numb. Jeannie was dead. It didn't seem real. I can remember the day I first met her. Her infectious smile as I told her bad joke after bad joke. How, even after living with the pathetic wretch I was, she still wanted my child. And then they arrived. Reality's way of yanking me another wedgie. Falcone's men told me to cheer up. He said, things could be worse. I asked him how. He grabbed me by the collar, pulled me close. He'd been eating garlic, and each word stank as he threatened to perform oral surgery on me with a nail and a brick. Creative guy. They hand me a box. I remember thinking it was heavy. Was it a bomb? A gun? I'd never used a gun before. Were they that heavy?
And what was in the box?
How's that doctor coming along?
I'll get you one.
And when you do, I'll tell you the rest.
So yes, this game, much like most things these days, is taking a Killing Joke's backstory for the Joker in...
You are looking a little better, yes.
Well, I have my good days and bad days, but I do try and start each one with a smile.
Are you ready to continue your story?
Yeah, why not? So where was I?
The box.
Ah, yes, the box. So there I was, tearing open this box, expecting the worst. And all it had in it was a crazy red dome and a cloak. I thought they were having a joke with me, but oh no. They made me put it on. They said it was a disguise. It would keep me safe. It smelled like garlic. And I was was it, really. I was dressed up like a spaceman, barely able to see, trying to break into the one place in this town that had given me a job. Have you ever tried to walk with an enormous fishbowl on your head? Don't answer that. It's hard. I couldn't see where I was going. I must have tripped one of the alarms. I heard muffled gunfire. I panicked and tried to run. And then I saw him.
Who?
Batman.
Really?
Yes, really. Batman tried to hit me. I moved out of the way, but, well, what you need to understand is I had this giant bowl on my head, and I lost my balance. It's like life, really. One minute everything's bad, the next your wife's dead and you're hanging on for dear life, suspended over a tank of experimental chemicals. I'm sure he'd say he tried to save me, but we all know he didn't. I fell. For a second, just as I hit the surface, I thought I may just get away with this.
I assume that wasn't the case.
Do I look like I got away with it? I was drowning. The chemicals were burning my skin. My entire body felt like it was on fire. And it was all his fault.
Whose fault? Batman's?
Who else?
Yours?
Come again?
Let me tell you what I believe. I believe that you have fabricated a series of events that you use to conceal the truth about your condition. I have read 12 different accounts of your past. All different, except for one detail. Batman.
What can I say? I like to keep things interesting. A wise man once told me that if you have to have an origin story, you're better off making it multiple choice.
And never facing up to the truth of what happened. What you did. How you got here.
Oh, I know exactly how I got here. A big truck brought me here from Arkham. You remember the asylum, don't you?
Of course.
Well, good. Because I'd hate to think that I'd fabricated seeing you watching me in my cell all those times.
Excuse me?
Hugo, you merry maniac. You were obsessed with me. You all were trying to get in here. Next thing you'll tell me it wasn't you who sent old Sharpie over the edge. Nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
So here's the thing. If you want to make sure that no one else finds out about your past, you should stop poking your nose into mine. Oh, and send me another doc. I think I need a second opinion.
Sit down, Mr. Dent. It is Mr. Dent I am talking to, right?
Use a real name.
Two-Face, if you wish. Please, sit.
What is it strange? Not happy just arresting us, throwing us in this place.
I wish to understand you. I have read the reports, seen the footage, and now I want to hear your side of the story.
We'll see.
I assume that you feel the need to toss your coin in order to decide whether to answer my questions.
You ready to find out?
Well?
Came up bad. Sorry.
Not a problem. Guard, take Mr. Dent's coin off of him.
No!
Good. Now let us see what fate has in store for you.
But yeah, I'm going to basically go through all the audio logs and then we'll go on to the Harley DLC.
I'll kill you for this.
Really? Look at your coin. It wants you to tell me about that day in the courtroom.
It was painful.
Elaborate.
I was naive. I thought I could make a difference. Falcone was going to go down for what he had done.
But he had other plans.
Look at my face.
I am. A combination of first, second, and third degree burning. The scar tissue is quite fascinating.
You think?
And that is all it took to make you the way you are.
Give me my coin.
Not yet.
What is it, Strange? Are you enjoying this?
Not in the slightest. Let's go back further. You were a rising star, a beacon of light for this city. The white knight riding in to save it, with the dark knight not far behind.
You can leave him out of this. He's wrong. They all are. No one understands the beauty of fate's hand. I'm grateful to Falcone. He gave me a clarity, a purity that few will know. Everything boils down to a simple choice. This way or that way. Good or bad.
Do you really believe that?
How could I not?
Interesting. So all you need is this coin, and everything is simple?
Give me it.
What about this coin? Or this? Or these?
What are you doing?
Proving a point. Fate didn't make you answer my question. I did. I replaced your coin with my own. See? You answered me because I wanted you to. How is he today?
The prisoner has been quiet. Since getting those coins, he has spent most of his time examining them.
Good. Hello, Harvey. Are you ready to talk?
Leave us. We don't want to talk. Not to you.
Please, take a seat. I have one last thing to discuss, and then I will give you something in return.
Hell no. I can't decide. It's too confusing.
Of course it is. I want to talk about Mr. Wayne.
Why?
Indulge me.
We don't like the guy.
Hardly surprising. Did you ever consider that you were alike? A traumatic event created you. An equally traumatic event altered him.
He's nothing like us. There's no risk, no danger. It's just money and girls. We should kill him.
Maybe you should.
I like that when you're listening to his audio log, you can hear both Harvey and Two-Face talking. You can hear a different caliber to their voices. Good on the voice actor for being able to separate the two.
Listen to me, Harvey. I am going to give you a simple choice. This is your coin.
Is it? Why should I trust you?
It was your father's, correct? You know every inch of it. When you close your eyes, you can feel it, can't you?
Give me it, please.
I want you to understand what I'm about to tell you. You believe that this coin determines the fate of your world. I, however, believe that your condition has always been present. It was there before you were attacked, and it is still there now. You probably had headaches. Your wife found you unpredictable. Scary sometimes.
Give us it!
I'm going to throw the coin in the air. If you let it fall, I will do whatever I can to cure you. I will help you become the man you used to be.
Or,
if you grab it, I will let you loose in Arkham City, and I will tell you what Catwoman is doing right this second.
I can't decide.
You have to. At this moment, Catwoman is preparing to steal the contents of the safe in your old campaign office.
Bitch! We need to stop her!
And you may. Goodbye, Mr. Dent. Do not fret, Mr. Mayor. Everything is under control, I promise you.
It's not that I don't trust you, Hugo. It's just the headaches. The pain. They come all the time now.
Continue to take the medication. It is late, Mr. Mayor. You are tired. You need your sleep.
Of course, I need my sleep.
You will hang up now.
I will hang up now.
Imbecile.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
What? How dare you enter my office?
Oh, I'm not in your office. And please don't insult me by attempting to trace this broadcast. You will fail.
I take it I am talking to Mr. Edward Nigma.
Do you know of any other inmate in your twisted little penitentiary who is ingenious enough to arrange this little chat?
Narcissism, a compulsive desire to prove his intellect, and a predilection for riddles.
You've read my file.
Of course.
Good. Then let's get started. How do you attempt to understand what is going on in Arkham City when all of the answers are strange?
It's very possible. I mean, if it's at all tied to rock, I know that they like to try to keep actors consistent across multiple medias.
Good evening, Hugo. I believe it is time for our one-on-one.
No. It is time for you to stop this and give up. My tiger guards will find you, and when that happens, I will perform the procedure on you myself.
Procedure? Oh, you mean what you did to all those poor fools back at the asylum. To be honest, I think you did them a favor.
How
do I know that you requested access to all the most forgettable patients and proceeded to melt their brains with the help of that confused milliner? Or did you mean, how do I know that you have been providing the ex-warden with your own special medication? No doubt intended to render his synapses more malleable to your suggestions. Or maybe you are currently wondering if I know about the secret panel in your closet. How it slides back to reveal what you want most. How you sit, wearing that suit, crying into your hands as you question whether you are really worthy.
What do you want, Mr. Nigma?
Oh, that's easy. I want exactly what you want.
And what's that?
Batman, dead. Humiliated, but dead.
Yeah, the guy who does the Riddler in this is doing him in that 60s Batman-esque movie.
Knock, knock, Professor. Guess who?
I grow tired of these insipid games, Mr. Nigma. If you wish to speak to me, my guards will escort you safely to my tower.
Please, Hugo. If you're going to set a trap, at least pretend to try harder than that.
No traps, Edward. I simply wish to grant you safe passage through Arkham City. I think the time has come for us to meet as equals.
You, Strange? My equal? I am the man whose cunning will soon have Batman lying at my feet, bloodied and broken.
Really?
Then I will pull off his mask and look into his dull, dying eyes. In that last instant, he will know that I have finally beaten him. And I will finally know who he really is.
My apologies, Edward. I see now we are nowhere near equals.
Finally.
You see, like me, you are obsessed with the Batman. But unlike me, you don't know who he really is, do you?
What? I know you are lying, Strange. There is no way that you could have figured it out. It's some kind of trick. It must be.
Oh, I use no tricks, no childish puzzles. I simply created a psychological profile of the man most likely to be the Batman, and then matched it against the most logical candidate. I was right, of course.
Well, who is he?
Ah, but that would spoil the game for you, wouldn't it?
You must tell me. I implore you, Strange.
Really, Edward? If I could figure it out, it must be child's play for you.
But I...
Interesting. Tell me, Edward, how is the Riddler like a blank dictionary? You're both at a loss for words.
We found the prisoner attempting to break into your office, sir.
I see. Leave us.
Yes, sir.
Well, well, as I live and breathe, Professor Hugo Strange. Your posters really don't do you justice. You really are far more evil-looking in real life.
Charmed. Tell me, what do you plan to do, Miss Kyle? I assume that you were attempting to break into my office in order to retrieve your ill-gotten gains.
You stole them from me.
Hardly. The items were confiscated upon your arrest.
Yeah, about that. This holiday camp of yours is quaint and all, Hugo, but I don't think I'll be staying too long.
Escape is impossible.
A girl loves a challenge.
So do I. Tell me, what would you do if I let you go? Attempt to escape? Try and find the confiscated items? Contact the Batman?
Why would I contact him? It's his fault I'm in here.
Is it? I believe you would have escaped if greed had not got the better of you. He was actually in the process of rescuing you, was he not?
I didn't need his help.
Or any man's, it appears.
Come on, you're going somewhere with this. Spit it out.
I've been studying you.
I can see. My eyes are up here, by the way.
Very amusing. Tell me, what was it like growing up alone? Fending for yourself? Doing whatever was necessary to stay alive?
Please, I'm tearing up here.
And Holly, what would you do if I sent my men after her?
Touch her and you're dead.
Have you calmed down yet?
Where is she?
That depends on your next answer. If you could save one person tonight, who would it be? Holly? Or the Batman?
He can look after himself.
Good. Holly is safe for now. Let us talk about Batman.
What do you think I can tell you that you don't already know? You've been sending your goons after him for months. He said you were studying him.
So you speak. Good. You never knew your father, correct?
Enough, Strange. This is over.
If you say so. Captain, do you have the girl in your sights?
Yes, sir.
Kill her.
No!
Are you prepared to talk? I thought so. Keep the girl targeted, Captain.
You bastard.
Shall we continue? Your father. Did you ever meet him?
Never knew the son of a bitch.
Unfortunate. He certainly seems to have made an impact on you. The distrust of men, for example. Your relationship with Batman, would you call it close?
Me and the brooding one get along just fine.
But you want more. But you can't trust men, can you?
What? Look, he's spoken for. He must be. How else could he resist all this?
You are both very similar, aren't you? A shared disregard for the law, a belief that you are doing the right thing, and a similar taste in attire. But beneath the surface, there is a weakness.
Like hell.
You both risk everything for a chance at redemption. You tell yourself it's to help her. He does the same for the boy. It's all just to make his life more complete, to become the father he never knew.
You don't know anything about him.
And neither do you. He hasn't confided in you because he doesn't trust you. And it hurts, doesn't it? I touched a raw nerve, didn't I?
Are you still here?
You're hurt because he knows who you are, but you don't know anything about him. Do you love him?
No!
Holly is safe. I have little interest in the life of a teenage delinquent, unless of course she finds herself in my facility.
What was all this about, Strange? Do you enjoy making people beg?
Not at all. I am only interested in what makes people do what they do. Soon you will not have to worry about the Batman. Steal what you like, do what you must, in a futile attempt to steal his heart. You will fail.
You sound pretty sure of yourself.
Plans are afoot, Miss Kyle. Soon you may wish to re-evaluate your admiration for him. I will be the one standing over his body, and the world will know that Hugo Strange is better than him.
Yeah, whatever.
Two-Face has placed what you are looking for in his safe in his old campaign office. He is someone else who cannot let go of his past. I hope that the contents of that safe make you happy.
Did I ever tell you about my first kill, Batman? No? As I am sure... Can you imagine the vagrant surprise when I grabbed his knife from his hands? It was instinctive.
And we already listened to all the Jarvis Tetch ones. So, all of that is done. And we've officially completed the entire main story. Whee! It only took us 2.5 hours. Sad part is, I unlocked all of the Riddler stuff in the game, and I still don't have 100% progress because they count the Riddler's Revenge and the Riddler's Revenge DLC stuff, and the Harley Quinn stuff, and New Game Plus. I didn't mean to click on that. Oh, by the way, characters you can play in the campaign mode are Batman, Catwoman, Robin, and Nightwing.
I'm in. Any news, Barb?
No. He's been gone 2 days. I'm worried. You know what he's been like since...
I'll find him.
I hope you're right.
Harley Quinn's preparing for some kind of siege. What's she planning?
Find Batman and get the hell out of there, okay?
Don't worry, Barb. It's me, remember?
You sound just like him.
You left me to die. 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 You left...
Who the hell is this loser?
It's Robin! Kill him!
Does it hurt?
Shut your stupid mouth! You're just lucky I need you later.
I don't know exactly how long this DLC is.
Barb, I found the missing cops. Quinn's got them.
Any sign of Bruce?
Negative. I'm gonna keep looking. Harley's telling the cops she's got some sort of plan for them. They'll be safe for now.
Be careful.
This'll end okay. I promise.
You think? He's not been the same since... He won't even talk about Talia or Joker.
We'll help him once we find him. It's all we can do.
Please. GCPD will storm this. You'll all get killed.
Really? I don't think so.
You're crazy.
No, I'm in mourning. You may want to remember that.
Good evening, Gotham. This is Vicky Vale, reporting live at the Arkham City site. The siege between Harley Quinn and the GCPD is now in its second day. Minutes ago, I asked Commissioner Gordon to comment on reports that Batman himself is missing.
The situation here is ongoing. As you can see, the GCPD is doing its best to keep the area contained.
Commissioner, can you comment on reports that Batman is in Arkham City?
Last time I checked, Miss Vale, Batman did not come under my jurisdiction.
Really? Are you telling Gotham that you do not unofficially sanction his activities? And what about Joker's body? Can you tell Gotham where it is?
Where do they get these reporters moved out of my damn sight?
Rumors persist that this is some kind of retaliation over the death of the Joker 2 weeks ago. Arkham City is once again in a state of lockdown. If Batman is indeed in there, I hope he's safe. From my experience, Arkham City is not a place you want to find yourself trapped in. This is Vicky Vale. More as it happens.
You heard from Harley?
Nah, she's probably still crying.
She'd better get over the boss soon. She's turning into a liability.
And what? You thinking of taking over?
Maybe.
Who's this guy?
What choice do we have? Harley's gone crazy since Jay died.
She was crazy before.
Yeah, well, now she's crazier. She wants revenge. You heard her.
At least she's got the bat. Once he's dead, maybe she'll calm down.
I doubt it. She's lost it. How do we know she won't just kill all of us?
Well, look who it is. Robin!
As you can see, Robin plays a bit differently from Batman. He doesn't have as many quick-fire gadgets, or as many gadgets in general.
Don't sweat it. If anyone comes this way, I'll make them regret it.
You'd better. I've lost contact with the rest of the guys.
It's not a problem. When I kill this sucker, it'll be cool. Then I can maybe come see you?
What?
Nothing.
Did you just make a move on me?
No, I mean, I'm just being friendly here. Trying to help.
I'm a widow. Do you think you can measure up to my Joker? He was the best a girl could get. I'm missing so much in you. You think it's okay?
please. You don't understand.
Oh, I understand.
No, really.
Just do what I want and I may forgive you. Oh, Mr. J, how did you do with me?
Yes, this is Tim Drake.
It's Robin!
Hello? Are you there? What's happening? Oh, what's wrong with you people? Hello? Whoever you are.
What's Robin?
You hear me? I know you're there, but it's too late.
So yeah, that's something I wish Batman had, was a bullet shield that he can use as a deployable second means of attack, defense against bullets. I'll be right back. I gotta use the restroom. No, Talia's dead in this timeline. She was killed in this game, in fact. Or don't you remember the ending?
Can't get through this way. They welded the door shut.
Yeah. I've never played this DLC before, so I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do here. Let me check.
Go on, pick it up.
No way, man. That thing's dangerous. You saw what it did.
What? It's just a belt.
It's Robin! You're gonna beg us to stop. You don't stand a chance.
What's going on? Have you found him?
Just keep the damn site covered. I don't want that mad woman getting out of there. Understand?
Harley Quinn.
How'd you guess? Her goons ambushed my guys and dragged them towards the steel mill. We can't get close.
I'll handle it.
You sure? You know she blames you, right? Could be a trap.
Fall back and stop anyone else getting hurt. I'll handle the rest.
There, you get to play Robin.
I'm sick of freezing my ass off for this woman.
But I think it's like interspersed between the two. Like you play Robin, then Batman, then Robin, then Batman type deal.
have to be. Someone thinks to give us codes. Man, don't dare show a face around here.
There's one of the cops.
Please, you don't need to do this. Sure, we don't need to do this, but that won't stop us. Do you realize?
The bat's here! Bet you're sorry now! Go on, Batman! Kick their asses! Bet you're sorry now! Bet you're sorry now! Time to retire, Bat! Bet you're sorry now! We're gonna hurt you, Bat. What do you got to say now, huh? Oh, what's wrong? Is he hurting you? Come on! Get me down! What are you waiting for? Get me down!
You're safe.
Am I glad to see you?
What happened? Where are the others?
We were ambushed. They dragged us outside the steel mill and beat the crap out of us. These bastards dragged off the others and brought me here.
I'll find them. Wait here. Hide.
You okay? Don't want to talk? No problem. I'll just be waiting here. You saved my life, man.
Live outside the now-condemned Arkham City site, which just weeks after those fateful events that rocked all of Gotham is in chaos once again. Minutes ago, I saw Batman himself talking to Commissioner Gordon of the GCPD. What were they discussing? We're hearing reports that a number of police police officers are missing. And looking at the outside of the Arkham buildings, it seems pretty obvious that Harley Quinn is involved somehow. Quinn was moved from Arkham City on the night that her boyfriend, the Joker, died. Psychiatric reports filed to the city indicated that she was, and I'm quoting the examining doctor directly here, losing it big time. Quinn broke out of the temporary holding facility 3 days ago. It appears that her current location is right behind me. Back to the studio.
Thanks. I thought they were gonna kill me. You saved my life, man.
Okay, so she blew that, so there's no opening it that way. Yeah. I think she was referring to the steel mill, not so much herself in general.
The cops go. Harley had him moved. Where? You know where. Oh, the secret.
Shut up, you idiot.
What? No one's supposed to know about it, are they? Think about it. What if someone's listening in on one of them microphone things? Or worse, Batman's listening. You want to be the one to tell Harley you screwed up? You think Batman's here? Could be. Who knows?
I don't know. I heard he's gone dark. You know, since Jay died.
Since he killed him, you mean? You don't know that. Batman don't kill. Right?
I was there. Batman came walking out of that movie theater carrying the boss.
Looked pretty guilty to me.
Harley just broke down. Ain't been the same since.
I still don't think Batman killed him.
It don't matter what you think. Harley's got those cops, and she's all kinds of crazy right now. I'm just happy she's got someone else to take it out on. Know what I mean?
It's Batman!
This is gonna hurt, Bat!
Quinn's thugs were talking about the missing cops. If they were here, they may have left some evidence that I can follow. That radio belonged to a cop. There may be evidence around here of where he was taken. I should set up a crime scene. This blood belonged to the cop. I should follow it and see where they took him.
Excuse me, Commissioner?
Get this reporter moved now.
Is Batman in Arkham City? Hey! Defend yourself, buddy! What's the secret, Commissioner? What are you trying to hide?
How come I don't get the chance to off one of those pigs?
He's here! You were right! It is the Bat! You're gonna die here!
Gordon wouldn't be dumb enough to let more of his cops get caught. Those dumbass cops should never have gotten themselves caught. What happens now is their fault.
Just had to take care of that sniper just in case he caught sight of me while I was doing other things.
Here's the plan. We spread out, we find the son of a bitch. Got it?
switch? Man, I thought this place was a secret. Who's gonna come in here anyway? Batman?
Kill Harley to give us something warm to wear.
Think he killed Joker? Nah, not his style.
Things change. It's not like they were friends.
True. Still don't answer why we're stuck in here.
Tell me how to get through that door, and don't waste time lying. I'll know.
Oh God! Harley gave code cards to the people she trusts most. You need 3 codes to get in. Please, I'll tell you where they are. Just don't hurt me.
I'll do my best.
Cold as hell out here.
It's Batman! It's him!
Can't wait to get out of this place once and for all.
He's the one with the code. I can't afford to take him out until he gives it to me.
Hope Harley sticks.
Shoot me back! On me!
The code. Give me it, or get ready to hurt.
Here it is! How cold does it have to be
trouble.
for someone?
Too late. That's 1 code. I need 2 more.
Come, I never get to be the one to kill a cop. Is it summer yet? Oh no, it's just more damn snow. Arkham City. Same old crap hole.
got it in for the bat now.
It's Batman!
You may want to run, Bat. You're gonna die, freak!
The code.
Now!
Please don't hurt me. Here it is.
Night-night.
One more code, and I can break Harley Quinn's security system.
Gotta go to the bathroom again.
I never liked cops. Hope Harley sticks it to him good. Can't we just get this done and get the hell out of Arkham City? I'm freezing here. Still here, still freezing my ass off. We can't just off the cops and get the hell out of here. Come I don't get the chance to off one of those pigs. Dumbass cops should never have gotten themselves caught. What happens now is their fault.
You're not...
Give me the code.
Yeah, no problem. See? I'm doing what you wanted.
There was never any doubt in my mind. That's all the codes. Next stop, Harley Quinn.
I don't care what they say. I know Batman killed the Joker. I just know it.
I had no intention of killing anyone. I'm Batman.
Just chill out, man. We're safe. No one knows we're down here. It's a secret base, right? What about Batman? What a...
Batman! He's here! I'll kill you, that freak! This'll be easy, Bat!
Damn it!
You're gonna pay for letting Mr. J die!
Damn it.
Just chill out, man. We're safe. No one knows we're down here. It's a secret base, right?
It's the Bat!
I'll make your face real pretty.
We're gonna hurt you, Bat! Arkham City is where you go.
sure I've gotten all the destructible objects.
I came here to find the missing cops. I can't leave until they're safe.
Still alive, aren't you? Now, don't get me wrong. I can't guarantee you'll stay that way. I mean, look around. If I don't kill you, one of my friends up there will. Go on, take a look. You see those sniper rifles? Real nasty. I hear they can target little tiny bitches.
I've got him! He's over here!
Got it? Oh God! Everyone, get your asses over here now!
Hey, wake up, man! Come on, wake up! What's wrong? Too scared to show yourself?
Tied up here, Batman. Please.
You're safe.
I don't think so, Bat Brain. It's dead cop time. Does it hurt? Too bad. Come on, boys.
What's it doing?
Hurry up, idiots.
Come on, don't piss off Harley.
And now we switch back to Robin.
Tim, what's going on? Have you found him?
Kinda.
What does that mean?
Don't worry, I think I'm close. I'll let you know.
Minutes with the bat. That's all I need. Payback for Joker.
He's just up there, right? What's stopping you?
Nothing, I guess.
Then do it. March in that room, climb up and teach Batman a lesson. We'll watch.
Hey, I'll help you get up there.
No, I can wait. Harley's got a plan. Don't want to get in the way, do I?
Is it hard being a little chicken?
Batman, bitch!
There's technically alternate costumes for Robin, too.
I found him.
Thank God. Is he okay?
Quinn's got him trapped.
We'll get him out of it.
Harley's built some kind of monument to the Joker, and it's stopping me from getting to Batman. Looking at this place, she's crazier than we thought. I'm gonna search the area and try to work out how to save him. The security panel appears to control the statue. Batman will die in there if I don't find the key. I guess I should go find Harley Quinn and ask her for it.
Can you hear me down there, bird boy? How does it feel? Do you think he knows he's gonna die? I hope so. I want him to know how my Joker felt. That's why I get to watch it happen from my secret room. You'll never find us. You don't even know that there's a shipyard here, do you?
Harley, I think you may have told him.
You should ignore what I said. I was joking. Yeah, that's it. Bye.
Found anything?
Nah, it's just full of crap. The rest of this place.
Keep looking. There must be some.
What the hell?
I will give him credit for making them play a little bit differently from Batman. Yeah, he has similar gadgets, but he still has kind of his own flair.
Listen up, dumbasses. I want this room kept secure. In fact, I need this room kept secure. I don't care how you do it. Just don't let me down. Mr. J wouldn't like it if you failed me, would he? No, he wouldn't. He'd be very upset. He'd probably kill you all. Or break your legs, or glue your eyes open, or make you eat a grenade. Oh, well, my goodness. He do something.
This way! He went this way!
Huh? This way! He went this way!
I need help. Help!
I lost it. Oh God! Everyone, get your asses over here now! This is no good. He won't wake up. What's wrong? You too scared to show yourself? Wake up!
God dang it.
Oh no! You're all dead! Who's gonna save Batman now?
That obviously wasn't the best tactic.
Listen up, dumbasses. I want this room kept secure. In fact, I need this room kept secure. I don't care how you do it. Just don't let me down. Mr. J wouldn't like it if you failed me, would he? No, he wouldn't. He'd be very upset. He'd probably kill you all. Or break your legs, or glue your eyes open, or make you eat a grenade. Oh, who am I kidding? He'd do something much better. He was Mr. J, right?
What the? Reloading! I'm sure it's taken over there! Huh? Over here! I got him! He's over here!
Get off me!
The key.
You'll never find it, dumbass!
Really?
No! That's mine! Ugh, let me go!
Whatever you say.
Get me down, bird brain!
I hope you hurt those guys real bad.
I feel dizzy.
The air's running out in that thing Batman's trapped in. I need to hurry.
Well, look who it is. Little Robin, come back to
I'm gonna make you pay for mercy,
Ah, damn it! Ugh. It's like, of course, we're gonna give you a fight that even would be hard for Batman. If it weren't for that guy with the freaking shield, or the guy with the freaking
look who it is. Little Robin, come back to play.
What's Robin doing here?
Do your worst.
We're just doing our job, Robin. Gonna cut you a...
This is gonna hurt.
Your face will be dust! My face is the last thing you'll ever see!
Ah, god damn it!
Tough luck, bird brain.
Oh, god, arm hurts.
Well, look who it is. Little Robin.
It's Robin! You're gonna beg us to stop! You scared? Take
Hurt, freak. don't stand a chance against us.
Where's Batman to save you now, Robin?
What kept you?
Ever heard of thank you?
What happened to the cops?
I guess not.
You don't need to worry about them, Bat Brain. They'll be dead soon. Oh, and so will you.
You save the cops. I'll handle the bombs.
Oh, good luck with that, losers!
The workings of this bomb look familiar. I need to shut it down, then examine it. I knew it. The bombs have been built using explosives stolen from the GCPD lockup last week. Harley Quinn hasn't changed the detonation frequency. I'll calibrate the cowl to locate any other objects tuned into this frequency.
Damn it, really? Fucking really, guy? Ah, son of a bitch!
Good. I hope it hurts.
Like, oh yeah, we're totally gonna just fight you inside a building we know is about to blow up! I knew Harley's goons, I knew Joker's goons were dumb. I didn't think they were suicidal.
Look out! It's Batman!
We are gonna hurt you!
Robin can handle the cops. I need to guard the bombs.
You're feeling pretty pleased with yourself, Bat Brain. Well, don't. It's not over. You can't stop me. I won't let you. I've got a surprise for you. Something that would make my Joker proud. I'm here with him now. You man enough to come find us? Did you think it was gonna be that easy? Well, think again, loser! You weren't expecting that, were you? Ha-ha! Destroy him, my robot! Mr. J wouldn't fall for that, and neither will I! You're gonna have to do better than that, dumbass!
Give me that.
Take it, dumbass! Won't do you any good!
No.
You should have left me to die! Then I could have been back together with Mr. J!
Quiet.
Where's Robin? I thought he was with you.
It hurts, don't it?
What have you done?
Now you know how it feels!
So, did you miss me?
Where are the cops?
They're safe.
I'm done here. Hey, kid. Is he alright?
Yeah, sure. Of course he is.
And that was Harley Quinn's Revenge. We'll let the credits play, and then we can call it the end. Oh, that game took a long time to complete. Mainly because of the Riddler stuff. Hey, Jazz. How are you? You big guy. Strange that the music just ended like that. What are you gonna do, right? Big fuzzy cat. Getting into all kinds of shenanigans. No, does it? Ah. So it is literally, you just have to keep replaying it if you want to try to get all the things. You only have one shot at it.
I'm in.
Good
Any
to
news,
know.
Barb?
No. He's been gone 2 days. I'm worried.
Let me see if there was anything that you would get if you had all 30 balloons in Harley's Revenge. Okay, the only thing I would have gotten is an achievement, so we can call this game complete. And it's 4 o'clock. Do I start up another game or do I call it a day? Give me a few minutes to decide. Be right back. You know, now I'm gonna stop now. That way I can let Twin start her stream a bit earlier, because what she's gonna show is gonna take a while. So we'll call that a win for the day.